Happy spooky season. In light of my dramatics, I think it's time for me to tell you guys some scary stories. As I'm about to leave Kingston, I think I better tell you about the most scary scenario I've ever had with one of Kingston's resident ghosts. And that fella, it goes by the name of Nils von SCHOULTZ. I want to go into this by letting you know that I don't actually believe in ghosts at all. Just my personal experience with one of these ghosts has kind of stuck with me for a while. And as such, I wanted to scare the living crap out of everybody else who has never heard this story before. So without further ado, let me just get to it. This man here is Nils von SCHOULTZ. Nils originated from a governor family in modern-day Finland, where it was originally a Swedish-held city, but he and his family fled to Stockholm after the Russians took it over in 1809. Nils' father was a military governor, and Nils, along with other members of the family, were well-trained and educated. For example, his sister Joanna was an opera singer. Nils was kind of a scoundrel. He got up to a lot of adventures in his youth, being a mercenary in Poland and Algeria in the 1830s. One of these adventures was to effectively filibuster Canada in 1838 with William Lyon Mackenzie. The invasion itself was botched from the start, and Nils, along with the couple hundred Americans he had underneath his command, were defeated at a windmill outside of Prescott, Ontario. Nils, even though he was defended by John A. Macdonald at the time, was hung as a conspirer and a mercenary fighting for the Hunters Lodge to overthrow Canada. Creepy thing is, 8 years ago, I met his ghost. I'll tell you all about that a little bit later. Now, what happened was, 8 years ago, I went to Fort Henry, which is the place where he was hung. And in Kingston, they have these little things, like events that happen. And one of them is called Fort Fright, where they turn the entire fortress into a haunted house, essentially. It's pretty cool. Now, when I was younger, I was just walking around minding my business, looking at my phone, in the square. And then I heard a sound behind me. It sounded weird, like someone was whispering behind me. And I turn around, nobody's there. I ignore it. And I pull my phone again, just start scrolling around. And then I heard kind of a weird, almost English-sounding word. Like, it kept on saying, share, or something like that. I didn't really pay attention to it, but it was weird enough where it kind of, like, tingled in my back enough where I decided to kind of walk quickly and see my buddies. Now, fast forward 8 years, 7 actually at the time, I was doing a course on American colonial history. And what happened was that I was there, minding my own business, and I was hearing about the Hunters Lodge and the proposed revolution that occurred back then. And I found out about this guy, Nils von SCHOULTZ. And I realized only then did I figure out what the words were. Ik Sverige, I am Swedish, I am Swedish. And the spot I was standing on was where he was hung until he died in 1838. I don't believe in ghosts, but that was bloody freaky. So, happy spooky season.